Welcome to Two Man Meta. My name's Mondo Spanner.
And I'm Aunty Kaz.
On today's episode of OOP, we will be looking at Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions, the trading card game. And in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be opening all 4 of the starter decks.
So these starter decks are a great entry point as they are everything you need to start in one box. You get a 30 card deck, you get 4 champions and 4 blessings. You also get 1 additional booster pack.
Here are the starter decks for this game. So we've got a starter deck for Death, we've got a starter deck for Chaos, we've got a starter deck for Destruction, and we've also got a starter deck for Order.
So that's 1 of each faction for all the factions. There are sub-factions that you can divide the decks into, but we don't need to get into that right now. As we've said, everything we need to play is in 1 box for each faction, so that's a great starting point. So let's get cracking.
Right, let's do it. Right, I'm going to move these out of the way for the time being. Let's see what we get in here. So my favourite faction in AOS, or in Age of Sigmar, is Death anyway. I'm a big vampire fan. So let's get this open and see what's in here. So open all of that. I've got some big bits of paper. We'll have a look at them in a sec. Funky booster. And then we've got a divider. That's a pain. Going in the bottom now then. Oh, there we go. There's some cards and some tokens. All right. What are these bits of paper about? Let's have a look. So then this is the mat.
So this is the starter mat with all the details and quick references.
If I can open it. This ain't too difficult.
It's also got a life counter on it, so that's really helpful that you get everything straight away.
So this is the life counter going around here. And when we do a how to play video, we'll talk about this life and stuff like that. But yeah, this is really useful because it's got a shortened version of all of the little play nuances kind of thing. So I quite like that. That's useful. Right, out of the way, that's massive. We've got a quick rules guide. This game was originally made by PlayFusion.
Based on the Games Workshop intellectual property Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Yeah. So this is massive as well, so that's going out of the way because rules are for another day. Okay, right. Let's get opening, yeah? That's what I'm in for it for.
So immediately, I'm guessing they're the life tokens.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. I'm not too bright. Okay, so these are warrior cards.
So these are your champions that you use 4 of to play the game.
Oh, are these the champ? No, these are just the Bogo troops kind of thing, aren't they? This guy here is one of the 4 that you put down.
They're also champions.
Nah, that's rubbish. Anyway, there's 3 types of champion. There's a warrior wizard, which is what this guy is. There are warriors, which is what these guys were. We've got another warrior wizard, because vampires love their magic. And now we're on to a different type of card.
So we're on to the blessings. You get 4 of these in the pack, which is all you need to play.
So we've got a Carrion Feast, a Turmoil of Souls, an Orb of Immortality, and a Supernatural Horror. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So onto the actual deck itself that you use to play. This will be consisting of units and spells.
So these are the unit cards then. So we've got Murderous Vargeist. Should have a couple of them, I presume. A Ravenous Crypt Ghoul. Feasting Vargeists. A Crypt Shield Black Knight. A Freakish Crypt Horror. Frenzied Vargeist. Zombie Dragon. Charging Black Knight. Curse Strike.
So that is an ability card.
That's different, isn't it? Yeah, so these are ability cards. And Another ability card, Bloody Thirst. Now we've got some spells. So Soul Stealer, Frightful Touch, Terrify, and then we've got Tactical Formations.
So this is another ability.
Yeah. So,
but these are generic abilities that you can use with either warriors or wizards.
That makes sense. Right, Devour. Got a couple of them. Call of the Grave. Back to a spell. Mystic Shield. Then we've got another ability, Opportunity Strike. Brutal Smash. That's an ability. Arcane Bolt for the spell. Got a couple of those. Got a booster card, scan and share to unlock digital boosters.
So this game was also a digital mobile game, so you can scan the cards and the packs to unlock on the game.
But I don't even think it exists anymore. Maybe we should have researched that. Aunty Kaz, what a letdown. And then we've got a campaign deck reference. Just tells you what the deck keywords do. That's quite useful actually. So we'll keep that one for later when we're learning how to play this. Right, so that is the Death starter box. Quite like these cards. What do you think?
I really like the artwork on them. You know, it was released in 2018, so it's going to have good artwork, not like a lot of the old card games. They're all pretty on point. You know, there's nothing that doesn't match. The names are pretty good. The layouts on the cards are really nice and straightforward. You know, everything's laid out really well. I really like how the numbers on the units and spells rotate, and the numbers are in the correct positioning for the rotation, so that when you're playing the game, it's all really straightforward which number you're using as it rotates.
Should have probably found one with 4 on it there, shouldn't I? But none of these do. Oh no, look, these ones have got 3 on. So when you play this card, it would start like that. And this is the damage it would do. And then the following turn, it would rotate anti-clockwise. And so then that would be the damage it does. And then the last turn, or the following turn, it would rotate like that and it would do this amount of damage. And then the following turn, when it gets to its blank space, then it gets removed from play and goes to your discard pile.
But we'll have much more about that in the next episode, where we'll be doing the how to play.
Most assuredly, but there are some beaut pictures in there. I mean, Games Workshop's art has always been on point, to be fair, and that's just pretty. It's just pretty, isn't it? That's a crazy picture as well. Now, unfortunately, I haven't got any of the AOS army books, but I would presume that quite a few of these pieces of art are from there. They look very similar. Where were the... oh, that's what I'm talking about. So that's not too bad a picture. That's like, meh. But that is definitely off the front of the Vampire.
Vampire Counts back in the day.
Is it Vampire Counts? Yeah, that's a Vampire Counts pick, isn't it? That's beautiful, that is. Nice. Right, okay, so we're going to look at now the Chaos deck. Let me just tidy this up. Oh, we'll leave the booster packs till the end. Haha. So here's the Chaos box.
Now, I'm looking forward to the artwork for this one because I love Chaos.
Yeah, definitely. A nice picture of some cornflakes would go down. A treat. If I can even open this. I think this packaging's made of kryptonite or something. Right. Big bits of paper that will become useful later on. Adieu. Booster pack for opening. Keep that for later. And then... oh, look at that. It's not having any of it. I tell you what, I really like the design of the cards, but the packaging, not so much. Okay, so we got to the cards. We've already been over the big bits of paper, so I'm not going to make you sit through that twice.
I do like that the life tokens are themed to each deck, though. That's quite a nice little touch.
Yeah, look at that. Now I've got to use my fat fingers to get through this bad boy. Oh, there we go. There we go, let's keep those to one side. Right, okay, so our champion cards this time. We've got a Chaos Champion, he's a warrior. Inspiring Deathbringer, another warrior. Iridescent Horror, who is a wizard.
Such nice artwork.
That's beautiful, isn't it? It's like, what's it? The Changeling or, Horrors. You know, Zinch Horrors. Oh, and then a Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury.
That's what it's all about.
Right there. Now, there is a happy man. That is the kind of demon that has just taken his small children to the cinema for the first time. And that's how he came out. Right, moving on. So we've got our Blessings, Berserker Rage, Chaos Runeblade, Outrageous Carnage, possibly the best kind, the Path of Skulls, a Twisting Screamer. So these are units. So Screamers, they're quite a classic unit, aren't they, from Age of Sigmar and 40k. Insatiable Blood Reaver, that's an AOS thing. Goreslick Skull Reaper.
Absolutely love the artwork.
That's a pretty picture, that is. I can't work out whether that's his banner pole or his head. He's got a teeny tiny head. That's quite cool though. A Fanatical Skull Fiend. I don't know if you can tell, but they're into their skulls. A pack of Bloodletters. Are the more classic Games Workshop demons there. Charging Blood Crusher. A Reckless Juggernaut. Here we go. Fearless Korgoraths. Another person with a massive body, massive hands, teeny tiny head. Right, ability, Scorn of Sorcery. So if you played Games Workshop ever before, you'll know that Khorne hates sorcery and psychic powers. So that makes sense.
It's really thematic. It's really nice.
And we've got another one there. Furious Strike. That's quite a nice bit of art, actually. Nice pick. Blood Feast. Blood Goodies for the Blood God. Rejoicing Slaughter. That's actually a really nice pick. That's sweet. Infernal Gateway. That really is a nice picture. Hold on, that was a spell. I've got excited. Let's put the spells in the spell pile. Spells for the Spell God. Gift of Change, that's an ability. Not the best picture, that one. Oh, Tactical Formation. I feel like I've seen this card before. Ability. Blood Hunt. That's quite nice. Right, back to spells. We've got a Mystic Shield. An ability, which is Opportunity Strike. Got two of those. Brutal Smash. There's another ability. An Arcane Bolt, which is a spell. We saw that in the last deck, but this one's got two of them. Our Scan and Share Digital Boosters card. Hooray. And then a Chaos, deck keyword. So once again, dead useful. So yeah, some very thematic and flavourful art and names of cards for Chaos. That seems legit. Right, let's move on to the next one. Where did I put that last day? Put that there. Right. On to Order.
Now, this is probably going to be both of our least favourites because neither of us are feeling the new Age of Sigmar stuff.
No, the
We're
models.
much more Warhammer Fantasy.
I think I'm going to expand on that. I actually love the AOS models. I think the AOS model range is utterly stunning. Sorry, big bits of paper. Adieu. But the one faction that they redid, which was the humans into Sigmarites, are they called? So I only know them as Sigmarines, really, and I do not like them. I don't like the aesthetic. I understand why they did it. I understand why it exists. And I also understand that what we're telling you is old hat. But I don't like them. It's as simple as that.
That's the beauty of reviewing dead games. We get to talk about old hat.
That's yeah, which is basically where we're living anyways. That's all we ever really talk about is a load of old top and hat. Right, let's get this opened. Bye-bye. Ooh, pretty. Okay, right, so here are our 4 warrior wizards heroes. So,
Champions.
oh yeah, they're champions. Who knew? At least that's not the name of the game, eh? Right. So we've got a Liberator Prime. He's a warrior. Oops. We have got a Knight Heraldor. We have a Lord Relictor. And a Vandus Hammerhand. Oh yeah, and the Lord Relictor, because he's in blue, he's a wizard. And then the red ones are warriors. And then the blue and red ones are warrior wizards. Who knew? That's complication for you. Right, okay. Swift Judgment. So that's one of our blessings. Divine Blast. Healing Storm. And Stormforge. So they're the 4 blessings for this deck. Right, okay, so onto some units and then a mixture of units and abilities and spells, isn't it?
That's the way.
I feel like I'm getting a hang of it. Who knew? Right, so we've got a Disruptive Liberator unit. Got 2 of those. Long Strike Raptor. We've got a Paladin Decimator. Paladin Protectors. Oh, Alpha Griff Charger. Do like the Griffins. That's cool. Hurricane Raptors. Because if you need a picture to separate your game from your other main game, that is not it, is it, really? I mean, that literally could be gold Space Marines with some kind of repeating crossbow.
They're Blood Angel Sanguinary Guard.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that. I mean, sad. Right, anyways, moving on. Not a fan. Oh, we've got a Star Drake. That's a pretty cool picture. I'm feeling that. Strike Force Liberator. Okay, and here we go. Here's some abilities. So we've got Piercing Shot. Got a couple of those. Warding Light, which is a spell. Stand Fast spell. A Righteousness spell. Gift of Sigmar spell. Oh, Tactical Formation. There's a new and novel card. I do quite like the art though. A Triumphant Smash. What was the other one?
Brutal Smash.
Brutal Smash. This one's even better. It's Triumphant. But that artwork is actually decent.
I like that they've gone for a colour change on the Sigmarites rather than just going for the brand normal.
Gold and gold. The Golden Boys. What's that? It's an ability. Oh, I've just put that on now. Hold on, people. There we go. Right. Restoring the Forge. That's a lovely bit of art, even if they are all golden. Right, we need to stop moaning about Sigmarines now, don't we? All right, we're going to move on from that, kids. So we'll put that there. Then we've got a Mystic Shield spell. An ability, Opportunity Strike. I feel like I've seen that one before. But that artwork is cool. That is very cool. We've got a couple of them. Brutal Smash.
So there's clearly a lot of cards in these decks that are standard.
They're repeating, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then booster cards, seen that. And then the keywords card, which is just so useful. Are they different or are they the same?
They were all the same.
No, they're not. This one's got disengaged on it. The others don't.
Except they do.
Oh, that one does. All right, well, that other one didn't. Rude. Right. Okay, so that's that. So we're on to the 4th one now. Well, we will be in a minute.
This one I'm also excited about. I love orcs.
Yeah, fair. I'm not so much an orc person. I'm in it for the chaos and the death. Right, let's put that over there. Hurrah. I feel like if I was to do this again, I would go in from the bottom. This feels like a bit of a fail.
It's the fact that you did it on the first one and then didn't learn 3 times.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm good like that. Right, anyway, so look, big bits of paper. Bye-bye. They're gone. Booster pack. Oh, that's gone. Right, hold on. All right, you can actually just feel the pain as I destroy this packaging. And hey, it came out really quickly. There we were. Right. So open this up then. That's gone. Orc skulls for the orc skull god. Okay, so here are the orc heroes.
Champions. It's not like the game's named after the main characters.
What game's this? So the first one is an Orc boss, which should say Orc boss, but obviously it doesn't.
Rebranded.
Oh dear. Bone Splitter Shaman. Oh, it's a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. A green and ugly one. Look at that. That's a cool pick, actually. Mega Boss on Maw Crusher. More fantastic art. To be fair, these are some good looking cards. Renewed Warlust. Oh, that was one of the blessings. Oh, so you only get 3 heroes. That's random. Only 3 heroes in this starter deck. That's strange. Got the Might of Gork. Smash and Bash. That's a nice looking picture. And Ushering of the War. That's nice. They're like old savage orcs, aren't they, with the tattoos and that? That's really cool.
Bone splitters nowadays.
I don't even know what you just said. Right, okay, so okay, so we're on to our units. So we've got Brute Smashers, a couple of them. Orc Shield Bashers, a couple of them. Orc Scrappers. Grot Slashers. Ah. And you know what? I work with a dude looks like that guy. Except he doesn't have a knife. Pouncing Wolf Rider. A Crowded Wolf Chariot. That's kind of cool, going back to like the black and white art.
I really like it.
That's sweet, that is.
The Wizards charge you a premium on it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not going to see Skarsnik and like Gobbler from like the, what's it, first ever or second, what were they called back in the day in the 90s? The Warhammer codexes, I can't remember what they were called. Army books. They're probably still army books, aren't they? Oh, well, I'm not very good. Anyway, Gore Chopper Brute. He's got loads of units, actually. Stomping Maw Crusher. So that's like a big gnarly dragon, isn't it? Mob Rule. Oh, an ability. So that's going to be an orky ability, isn't it? Mob Rule. Seems very orky. We've got a spell, Invigorate Enchant. That's a cool picture. The model for that is good anyway, but that is a sweet model. That sweet picture that is. What was that spells? Call of War. A War Ceremony. Reckless Inspiration. Tactical Formation. Who knows? Deadly Chop. Chop, 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 chop. Ability. Rally Cry, or Rallying Cry, sorry. Orc Boss.
Who we've already seen one of.
Now he's a champion, so it feels like he was in the wrong place. Mystic Shield. Seen those before. Opportunistic Strike, that's an ability. And again, I know, Opportunity Strike, sorry, my bad. Brutal Smash. Not brutal at all. Arcane Bolt and Arcane Bolt. And the booster card. Bye-bye. And the... Oh no, these are definitely different words on each of the different things. I mean, some of them are the same, obviously, but like they are different. So that would actually be quite useful, I think, when you, especially when you're first starting to play. Right, okay. So that's exciting. Are we going to do the booster packs?
We're going to do the booster packs. They came with the boxes.
Right, hold on. So we're going to have to do these in kind of like reverse order, so we get the right booster with the right deck, because that's the level of sadness that I'm travelling at. So that was the Orcs. That was the Sigmarines. That was the Chaos. This one is for the Death. So let's have a look at these. So we've not opened these booster packs before. In actual fact, we haven't opened any of this stuff before, have we?
No.
So I'm kind of interested to see what the distribution or the kind of like what you get in them is, basically. So let's have a look. Oh, I actually managed to open it on camera without losing it. Okay, so got Starving Flesh Hound, that's a unit. Stomping Maw Crusher, we've seen that before. Battle Glory, don't know whether I've necessarily seen that before. Don't recognise that picture, that's beaut. Ravenous Crypt Ghoul, that seems useful in a death deck. A Paladin Decimator, not quite so useful. Grimghast Reapers, that looks cool. Acolyte Scrollbearer. Oh, now that looks like one of the characters out of Warcry, doesn't it?
It is a Zinch character. It's one of the nobodies. It's essentially a foot soldier.
Yeah, I get that, but like...
But yeah, it's an exact copy of the model. The artwork's so good. Charging
Black Knight. I'm fairly confident we saw one of those earlier. Scatter the Forces. There's a bit of a discard mechanic there, so that looks good. Oh, Archaon. Nice. That is sweet. That artwork is sweet. He looks like a bit of a beast. Adds 3 to your health at the beginning of the game, which is pretty strong. Okay, he's a beast.
But he costs 13 of your hero, your champion points.
Yeah, all right, fair, I'll let you off. And then we've got another hero there, which is a Crypt Haunter Courtier, which is cool because we haven't got him. I feel like I've seen this dude before. Oh, and we got the shiny.
There's your first foil.
Oh, that's a really subtle foiling.
So let's take a quick look at the distribution of the rarities in these packs.
Nice. Yeah, do you know what it is?
We don't know exactly what it is.
So we're doing well.
It was very hard to find information on these.
Yeah. Well, you get 1 foil in a pack. I remember saying
and you
that.
get 2 of either champion or blessings. So there's your 2 champions.
Did we get any blessings? No, we've got spells, units. So we didn't get any blessings in that pack. We got 3 champions, and here's on the top. So that was the order of the champions that we got.
So 3 champions in a pack. Can we see the rarities? I know they're listed by C, U, and R.
Oh, right. So if you look here, you've got an R. Don't know how legible that is. So there's an R on the Archaon. We've got a C on the Crypt Haunt Courtier. So I'm going to put it out there that might be common. And then this old boy's got a U, so he's uncommon. So that's interesting. So the rare was on the front of the 3 of them. What's this Comet Strike? That's a common. Okay, so the Charging Black Knight is uncommon. The Acolyte Scrollbearer, he's uncommon. And then I'm pretty sure the rest of these are going to be common. So common, 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 and common. Yeah. So that's that. And then let's have a look at the spells. Scatter the Forces is uncommon. And Battle Glory is common. Okay, that's cool. Right, okay, so that, well, I think that's going to have a massive impact on our Chaos deck, seeing as it's got Archaon on it. But, is it Archaon or Archaon?
Archaon.
There's no E in it. Look, there's no E in it, is there, kids? That's Archaon. Blatant. So anyway, there were those. Okay, so next we're on to the Chaos one. I mean, obviously these are just random boosters, but the game I'm playing in my head is the one where hopefully some of this is worth having with your deck. Although I suppose it would give you stuff that you could trade then as well. That'd be really, really useful. So that's kind of cool. Right, we've got a Searing Firestorm. That's a spell, common. A Soul Stealer spell, common again. Oh, a bit of Nagash, that's what I'm talking about. Commanding the Dead, common. Spell ability for a wizard. We've got an Arachnarok Spider. That's pretty meaty actually. It's got an attack of what? Oh, 6, not too bad. Yeah, that looks like a 9, but you know it's going to be a 6 by the time it gets around there. So yeah, right, okay, so unit, and that's common. Stomping Maw Crusher, that's actually common as well. Where are we at? Blue Flame. That is a common spell. Surprising Skulkers, uncommon. Wow, cool. I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere. That is an uncommon. We've got an uncommon spell, Blood Sacrifice. We've got a rare spell, Call of War. I know we've had that spell, haven't we? In one of the boost, in one of the things, yeah. One of the decks, that's it. Gaunt Summoner, that's a common champion. We've got a blessing here, a common blessing, which is Little War. We've got an uncommon unit, which is a Skybolt Judicator, and that's the foil.
I'm feeling like the foiling's a bit lacking in these cards.
Yeah, it's a bit lightweight. Although, I don't know, like I kind of like the subtlety of it. So, full disclosure, I used to play Magic before foils were a thing. And I've not played a card game other than Destiny since then. And I can't remember any foils in Destiny, can you?
No, I can't.
So, oh, that was an ability.
Whereas I have played many card games over the years with different foils and all kinds of different effects on them. And I feel like the foils in this game are a bit lacking.
Yeah, that's fair. I've started playing Magic again recently, and the foils are absolutely crackers, but nothing seems to really touch the Pokemon foils. Do you know what I mean? But like that, I mean, that foil in there is barely different to the actual normal cards.
And it's not a full foil, it hasn't got any crazy effects on it. This is the starter set, the base set for the game, so you wouldn't expect anything too crazy. And other than that, I think the cards are really nice. The layouts are nice.
They feel nice. It's interesting, the backs of them are kind of, the backs of them are slightly, you've got a shiny bit and you've got a matte bit. So they've got quite a nice feel to them, and they don't feel thin or, you know what I mean? Like they don't feel like bad playing cards. They're good quality cards. It's a nice, it's quite a nice product to be fair. Right, so that was for Chaos. On to Destruction. Bye-bye. Oh, Piercing Shot, straight out the gate. I'm interested to find out what Rend ends up doing. So there's an ability. Invigorate Enchant, we've seen that one. There's a common spell. We've got a common unit, which is the Meat Shield Grots. We've got the Archelian Barrier Guard, another common unit. Grot Slashers, feel like I've seen those before. Grave Call, a common spell. Scatter the Forces, an uncommon spell. Now, we definitely had that in the Chaos set, didn't we? I think. Definitely, I think. We've got an uncommon unit, which is the Acolyte Scrollbearer. Seen that guy before. Oh, that looks cool. So that's an uncommon unit called a Volcark Acolyte. And a rare spell, Seeker of Souls. Oh wow. Okay, so that could possibly be pretty strong. Spells. Oh look, we've put abilities on spells there, bad form. And then we've got a common champion, so an iridescent horror. We've seen this guy before. And then we've got an uncommon blessing, the Royal Hunt. That artwork is sweet. That is very cool. So yeah, that's an uncommon blessing. Have we got any blessings so far? No. And then we have got a common foil that's probably the nicest foil we've had so far. But the fact that the artwork is really nice anyway.
I feel like all the foils are lackluster. I love the cards, but that foiling just doesn't do it for me.
It is a bit weak sauce, isn't it? Okay, right, so that is the, what was that? Destruction booster. Abject lack of respect whilst picking up my cards. That can go over there. And then very last one. Bye-bye. Oh, these came out this way round. Okay, so got a common unit, Frenzied Warboar. Let's put that up there. And then we've got Oryx Scrappers, another common unit. We've got a Bat Swarm. It's like your favourite Marvel character, isn't it? Bat Swarm. Yeah, there we go. There's a common there. Then we've got a Demonic Fury.
That artwork, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's sweet. I quite like the Bat Swarm, if I'm genuinely honest. Righteousness. That's a common spell. Oh, that was an ability, Demonic Fury. Deadly Chop. So I feel like I might have made that comment before, so we've probably seen that card before. Acolyte Scrollbearer, here's an uncommon unit. Gore Chopper Brute, another uncommon unit. He looks pretty sweet. Show Off Grots, possibly my new favourite card. That's awesome. I'm liking that. So that's a unit. Biovoltaic Morsar Guard. Say that with your teeth in. Is that a rare? Oh, that's a rare unit. Nice. That picture's actually better the more you look at it. I like that. Frenzied War Chanter, so that is a common champion. We've got a common blessing, Renewed Warlust. Ooh, that looks cool. So that is an uncommon champion, Isharan Soul Scryer. Okay, cool. So, and that was a champion. Yeah, so that's in the right pile. Okay, so I think that wraps up about everything. We've opened the starter decks, we've opened the boosters. So myself and Aunty Kaz are going to retire to a dank cave and play these decks and see how they're doing, see what how they run and all the rest of it. And yeah, and then hopefully in the future we're going to come back with a video about how these decks run, how to play the game, and then we've also got many booster packs to open.
So on the next episode of OOP, we will be doing a how to play Warhammer Champions.